What's up, you guys? Welcome back to PC Gamer Girl. My name's Gray. We are playing Lamplight City today. We are picking it up where we left off. I believe we just finished questioning Juliet. This is the guy who's currently in jail for poisoning her mother or something. This is his girlfriend, and you know, blah blah blah. Well, if you don't know by now, I'll link the rest of the playlist down below, but you can go catch up. But let's get going. I am so ready. I haven't been able to play all weekend because I've been streaming on Twitch, The Council and Resident Evil 7. So if you don't follow me on Twitch, you really should. It's great. We had so much fun yesterday. Okay, let's see. Where can we go? Where should we go? The university is where the greenhouse is. Fordham residence, that's where I live. This is the jail. Maybe we can talk to Martin again.
Nothing else to ask him right now.
Okay, never mind. No talking to Martin. Maybe we can go to Dupree Manor and see if there's anything else we can ask people.
Our eyes are if we didn't.
Okay.
This quack has.
No, not there. How about, I think his name's Andrew?
I have some questions for you.
Oh, goody.
He's out of his mind. Juliet.
What can you tell me about your sister, Juliet?
I'm reminded of a famous quote, Mr. Fordham. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
He's kind of a
Let us
douchebag.
part on good terms and avoid the subject altogether, please.
Thanks for your time.
No, thank you for yours.
He's useless. Pretty birdie.
So long, Birdie.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Alright, let's go somewhere else. Not entirely sure where we should go right now. Let's see. I don't think we can do anything else at the cemetery. How about the coffee house? Let's see if there's anything we can do here.
Can we talk?
Go on, I'm listening.
Oh, okay. Review the case.
I wanted to go over the case with you.
Okay, what have you got?
Let's talk about Andrew
Madame
first.
Dupre's son isn't being very helpful.
Is he refusing to talk?
More like incapable. The family doctor has him pretty well drugged to the gills. I need to find some way to perk him up.
Well, you know, we are in a coffee
Good
house.
point.
I have a feeling it will take something a touch more powerful than coffee.
Oh, cemetery officer.
I seem to have hit a roadblock. There's an officer posted at Dupre's family tomb, and he won't let me in.
Makes sense. Who's the officer?
I've never seen him before. He's young, has a small scar over his left eye, and a distinct Dixie accent.
Ah, yes, that would be Officer Grant. He's only been with the department for about 2 months. I don't know a lot about him, but he's already got the reputation for being the type of policeman who'd go out of his way to help old ladies cross the street. Typical Southern gentleman, it seems. Perhaps you can use that to your advantage?
Okay.
That's enough about the case for now.
Okay.
That's it, I
Let's
think.
go back to the cemetery
Then
and see if
you'd
there's
better get
anything we
back
can
to
do
it.
there. Let's see.
Good day to you, officer.
Afraid I ain't got time for idle chat, sir. Please, move along.
Ah, crap.
Looks like people have left markings and offerings. You may think it's a silly
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know what to do.
Ah, home at last.
It's always nice to see you walk through that door.
Aw.
So what's this big case Upton's got you on? Another missing pet?
Totally.
If only. A Gascon Grand Dame was attacked and almost interred alive.
You mean Madame Dupre? The one whose obituary was in the paper?
The very same.
Goodness, that does sound serious. Tell me if there's anything I can do to help. I know you haven't been feeling your best lately.
You're always a
Aw.
help to me, Addie. Though I assure you I have this well in hand.
I certainly hope so.
She's so sweet.
Addie?
Yes, dear?
Oh, we can talk to her about a bunch of stuff.
What's that you're reading?
It's a collection of short stories by James Penstroke. It was just published earlier this month.
Any good?
Oh, yes. I love his work. He's been publishing a new serial in Brentwell magazine. I can't wait to read it. Perhaps we both can together? I think you'd enjoy him.
Lately, I haven't been able to concentrate on a page for more than 5 minutes without nodding off.
That is a pity.
I've still got that song you sang last week at the Rutherford stuck in my head. You were amazing.
Thank you, Miles. That was a lovely evening. I always enjoy it when Joseph brings out his violin and we can relive the old days.
Certainly nicer than when he spends hours telling the exact same story whenever you visit.
We're very glad to see you, you know.
It's probably the most fun I've had in months, to be honest.
They've invited us for dinner again in a couple of weeks, if you're feeling up to it.
I hope I am.
Madame Dupre.
Do you know anything about Madame Dupre?
I've
She
read that
reads
the
a lot.
Dupres are one of the few wealthy families that exclusively employ real people to serve. Rather commendable, don't you think?
Yes. It makes it even more baffling why she
Oh,
was
that's
attacked.
right. The kitchen woman.
Have you heard any gossip from your clients? Anything about who might have wanted to harm her?
Nothing. She's held in the highest regard by the other Grand Dames. If she had actually died, I'd have expected them to petition her canonization.
Huh. Canonization, I believe, is when after a person dies, they become a saint under the Catholic order. I think that's what it is. I'm not positive. Don't quote me on that.
I was wondering if you could do me a favor.
What is it?
There's an officer posted in front of Madame Dupre's family tomb,
Oh,
and I need to get a look inside. Could you use your wiles and charm to distract him?
yes.
My
please.
wiles and charm,
Well, you are irresistible, darling. I'm sure he wouldn't turn away a lady in need. Say you've gotten lost in the cemetery and ask him to show you the way out.
Should we really be tricking a police officer like that?
Totally.
There's no harm in it, and I won't be but a moment inside. It's in a good cause.
All right, let's go then.
Yes! Perfect. That was very unexpected.
Excuse me, officer. I was wondering if you could help me?
What do you want?
I seem to have gotten all turned around. Do you have any idea how to get to the front gate?
My suggestion would be to turn around and head back the way you came.
Yes, I've tried that, but I seem to just be going in circles. Perhaps you could point
What
me in the
kind
right
of gentleman
direction?
is he that talks to a woman like that?
Stop
He's
right
so
there.
rude.
That's quite enough from you.
I beg your pardon?
Don't think I can't tell what your game is. You're trying to lure me away from here and into some alley where your gang
Oh
of
my
Sambos is
God.
gonna rob me blind. Exactly how many of them have you got lying in wait for poor unsuspecting fools you bring them?
Just one.
Wow. Yes! Thank you.
And he
God.
doesn't appreciate you talking to his wife that way.
You know, Miles,
Holy
sometimes I forget how
shit.
absolutely delightful it is to watch you lose your head.
Miles, was that really necessary?
I'm sorry, Addie. You know how I get with people whose minds are full of that rubbish.
Let's just get him out of sight before this lands both of us in jail. That bush over there should work.
What a dick.
I
God.
have to say, I wasn't expecting assaulting a policeman to be on today's activity list.
It'll be fine. When you're on the force as long as I was, you can pretty much get away with murder.
Although I think you may have already used up that privilege.
Oh, shut up.
Well,
You
it's
dumb
been
ghost.
fun, but I need to take my wiles and charm over to my appointment with Mrs. Lefebvre. I'll see you at home later, dear. Try to stay out of trouble.
I'll do my best. Stupid cop being a jerk. Requiescat and Pace.
What a dramatic statue. I'm rather surprised no one has defaced it.
What is
Hang
that?
on. You don't suppose this is...
Suppose this is what?
That nest is full of eggs. But where's the mother
There's a
bird?
nest.
Perhaps she abandoned it.
Always assuming the worst, aren't you, Miles?
Oh, I can touch it.
Surprise, surprise! A hidden compartment with a stash of pills inside. Seems Mr. Montgomery has a little business on the side.
Score.
William Arthur Chesterton, 1770 to 1837, gone but never forgotten.
John Patrick
These are
Chesterton,
cool.
1740 to 1825. Patriarch, leader, family man.
I'm always like, I love cemeteries.
Dale Chesterton, 1795 to 1843. A good man. Rest in
So many
peace.
Chestertons.
Sarah Chesterton, 1784 to 1812. I told you I was sick.
That's funny.
Jane Scott Chesterton, 1746 to 1815. Ab Eterno. Douglas Chesterton, 1791 to 1840. Good riddance.
Wow.
Hmm.
All right, let's go. I'm just amused. Is all. I don't really have an inventory, which is annoying. Homemade vigor pills. There we go. A small amount of stimulant pills handcrafted by Andrew Montgomery in his home laboratory. What the hell is a laboratory? Okay, maybe we can go to the Dupre again, the Dupre's manor, and talk to Andrew again. I keep waiting for one of them to stop me and be like, yo, it's late. Could you stop coming in and out of here?
I have some questions for you.
Oh, goody.
Vigor pills.
You'll never believe what I found in your family's tomb.
Oh? Was it a ghost?
No, it was these vigor pills. You wouldn't happen to know how they got there, would you?
Mm-mm.
I see you really are good at your job, aren't you, Mr. Fordham?
Very.
Look, Andrew, I'm in no mood for games.
Oh, I have to make a choice now. What you're doing is highly illegal. I have no choice but to report you to the police. Let's not say that. I'm willing to overlook your unlawful activities in exchange for your cooperation. Just be quiet and take one of these pills. Let's go with the middle one because I feel like that's a good neutral ground to start on.
I'm willing to overlook your unlawful activities in exchange for your cooperation.
Fine, but you have to understand, I'm not exactly feeling myself right now.
I understand perfectly, which is why I need you to take one of these pills.
I suppose one would help. Thank you. My goodness, I always forget how fast those pills work. My heart is racing.
Calm
You said you had
yourself,
questions,
dude.
didn't you? Well, go on, ask them already. We mustn't waste any more time.
Lord.
Well, that seems to have done the trick. I just hope we haven't doomed him to a heart attack.
Me too. Fuck.
What can you tell me about Madame Dupre?
I can't believe anyone would be so cruel as to do what that wretched bastard Martin did to her. Mother is kind and generous, and everyone loves her. She's even good enough to hire actual people to do the housework. Not many wealthy families do that, you know. They just use automated machines or hire servants to operate the manual ones.
How do you typically spend your days, Mr. Montgomery? What are your interests?
I study pharmacology at the university. I'll be graduating next year if all goes well.
Lucky you.
I just hope Mother has recovered enough by then to understand what's going on. She and Jean were so proud of me when I started university. I'd be so disappointed if she couldn't see me finish.
I take it Jean is your stepfather.
He is. Mother married him 5 years after my father died of consumption.
My condolences. Do you have a good relationship with him?
Not terribly. Truth is, I hardly ever see him. In fact, before the funeral, I hadn't seen him at all this month.
Where is he now?
I don't know for certain, but it seems likely he's at his hunting cabin.
Oh no.
His hunting
Hunting
cabin.
cabins are a
Yes,
bad idea.
he often goes there. It's his way of leaving polite society behind and spending time with his thoughts. Considering what Mother just went through, well, I would guess that's where he's gone. Although, to be honest, I don't know why he's not here with Mother in her time of need.
Why do people run away from their problems instead of facing them? Why, Miles?
Because running is
Do
easier.
you know where this cabin is?
Afraid not. I don't share his passions, so I never cared much to accompany him on his outings.
Interesting. So we gotta find where his hunting cabin is for sure.
What can you tell me
Even though I
about your
don't
sister,
really wanna go
Juliet?
there.
Juliet, smart as a whip and just as forgiving. She's a fighter, that one. Despite being the only woman in her class, she's managed to rank at the top.
Impressive.
I only wish Mother was more accepting of Juliet going to university. But you don't want to hear about boring family matters, I'm sure.
Oh, but family matters are my favorite.
Yeah.
It's always so reassuring to know how much worse off everyone else is.
Agreed.
What exactly were the circumstances leading up to your mother's supposed death?
A few days ago, I arrived home from school and found her collapsed on the floor. She wasn't breathing, so I immediately contacted Dr. Fellows. He examined her and pronounced her dead. We were all completely shocked. I was devastated. She'd been in fine health. In fact, she'd just been out riding that morning. You can imagine our surprise at the funeral when she sprang back to life.
I could imagine, that's true.
What's your relationship with the servants like?
Relationship? I don't have one with them. They're servants.
Rude.
Mother always made it clear that they weren't part of the family, just help. We've only got 2 on staff right now, though, the kitchen girl and the gardener.
I want to talk to the girl in the kitchen.
How is it you know Albert Martin?
He works at the greenhouse where my sister Juliet does her research. The 2 of them were involved romantically, and Mother didn't like that at all. I heard their fights. They were ghastly.
What exactly made you suspect he was the one responsible for what happened to your mother?
Well, I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? His mother's a notorious voodoo witch. Those people do all sorts of awful things to our kind. It's all out of spite, you know. He knew Mother disapproved of his relationship with Juliet, so he plotted to get rid of her.
Okay. I don't believe that, really, but Martin's really not doing himself any favors.
So, you're running some kind of pill business on the side.
I'm providing a service, Mr. Fordham. Not everyone in this life is as lucky as I am. People pay top crown for luxuries like airship tickets and social club memberships. Medicine should be affordable to all.
Agreed.
Dr. Tennyson has a patent on the energy pill formula and thus a monopoly on the market. That means he can charge whatever he wants. Students use these kinds of pills all the time, you know. Academic rigors can be overwhelming, and concentrating can be difficult without help sometimes.
So it's just speed,
I've
really.
got the skills and the equipment. If I can replicate the formula, help my fellow students, and sell them at a much more reasonable price, why shouldn't I?
There's the fact that what you're doing is illegal.
Oh, you're starting to sound just like Mother. And just because it's illegal doesn't mean it's immoral. I can think of plenty of examples where the opposite is true.
You're probably the most altruistic person I've met all month.
The sad part is it's true.
Yeah.
That's a rather exotic bird you've got.
Yes, Ray is nice when he's quiet. But get him started and it's tough to shut him up.
Who trained him?
I think he already knew some phrases when Mother bought him. She's managed to teach him a few new ones, though.
Thanks for your time.
My pleasure.
Can we talk to the bird again? Got a lot out of him.
Who's a pretty bird?
Ray's a pretty bird.
Ray's a pretty bird.
So long, Birdie.
Bye-bye.
I don't want to. Oh, wait. No, go back. Damn it. I wanted to go talk to the kitchen girl. Wait, go back. Kitchen girl.
Pardon me, miss.
I told you I'm very busy, and I'll get in trouble if I'm caught speaking to you.
Amelie, please, I need to know what you were doing, what you know about Madame Dupree.
Amelie, please. I need to know what you know about Madame Dupre.
What? How did you know my name?
Juliet.
Juliet told me about you.
Miss Juliet?
Yes, I spoke to her at the university. She mentioned you two were friends.
Yes, that's right. She's always been so good to me.
Look, Amelie, I'm just trying to get some information. And I have a feeling you can be very helpful if you just let me talk to you.
Yeah, let me talk
All
to
right,
you.
fine. But do it as fast as you can.
Tell me about Madame Dupre.
Oh, I really shouldn't, sir.
Do
It would
it.
greatly help my investigation if you did.
Madame Dupre was kind enough to hire me as her cook. It's hard to get jobs in the city. Lots of people want their servants to use those new machines. My sister's brother-in-law got
machines?
half his leg blown off by one of those new ovens. He's lucky he wasn't killed.
What oven
So
blows
I'm
legs
plenty
off?
happy working here doing real people's work. But Madam can be difficult sometimes.
Difficult? What do you mean by that?
No, I said enough.
Oh my god, come on.
What do you know about Madame Dupre's supposed death?
All I can tell you is that whoever did it really hated her.
Do you know Albert Martin, the man accused of the crime?
No, I'm sorry.
What can you tell me about Andrew?
He ain't so bad. Kinda spoiled, but he mostly cleans up after himself. Has a whole private part of the house, but I think he only uses one room. Better for me, way less to clean.
What do you know about Juliet?
She was always so kind to me and the others, but her mother don't like that one bit.
Makes no sense.
Still, she sneaks down into the kitchen to keep me company some nights. Even though she's a good soul, I think part of her does it just to spite her mother.
I would too.
Anything you can tell me about Jean?
I hardly ever see him, only at dinner. He's scared of Madam, and so he finds any reason to get out of the house and stay away as long as he can.
Scared of her?
Oh, it's true. You should see him when they're in private, like a shamed puppy that dirtied the carpet.
Aww.
Interesting.
Do you have any idea why Jean is so afraid of Madame Dupre?
If he's seen the same things we have, then yes.
What kind of things?
No, I spoke out of turn.
Ugh.
Forget I said anything.
This woman.
Amelie, listen to me. A potentially innocent man's life is on the line. If I don't find out who attacked Madame Dupre, he's as good as dead. So if there are any facts or details you know that I don't, you need to tell me.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
You can. I'm not with the police. If Madame Dupre did something wrong, I'm not going to look the other way. Trust me, I'm on your side.
Madam beats the servants. I think she even does it for fun. I hear the screams sometimes. I don't know how anyone else in the family doesn't.
What?
Maybe they do and just ignore it. I don't know. But if Mr. Dupre knows what she do, it explains why he's so scared of her.
Jeez.
Did Madame Dupre ever abuse you?
No, I was lucky, but some of the others weren't.
Like who? I need details, Amelie.
The old gardener, Guy Dumas, and one of the maids, Celine. I saw Madame going after them the most. Don't know what they did to deserve it, but I would see her walk by in a rage, whip in one hand and a book in the other.
A book? What book?
Book?
Oh, I don't know. I can't read, so I don't know what it said on the cover. But it's the same color as the stew spice I always use. Don't
Is
know
it a
what
Bible?
she used it for, but she always had it with her, just before a beating.
Maybe she'd recite them some of her terrible poetry. I'm sure that was torture enough.
I wonder if it was a Bible. I bet it was. It always is in situations like this.
Tell me more about Guy and Celine.
They were deeply in love with each other. I used to hear them talk about how they wanted to run away together.
What happened to them?
I don't know. One day they were here, and then one day they weren't.
Oh.
Do you think Madame Dupre may have done something to them?
I couldn't say for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if she had. Please, let's not talk about this anymore.
Interesting. We might have a murdering dame on our hands.
Are you the only remaining servant here?
No, there's another one, Marcel. He's the new gardener. I haven't seen him in a few days, though. Not since before Madame's incident.
Thank you, Amelie. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Now, please, let me get back to work.
Okay. You were very helpful, lady. Thank you. Let's see if there's anything else we can ask Andrew before we leave.
I have some questions for you.
All right.
Is he still awake? He is. Check that out.
Did you know Guy Dumas?
The old gardener? Sure, I knew him. We didn't talk very much. He was just a servant after all, but he seemed like a nice man. He stopped coming around about 2 months ago. Too bad, really. He did a good job of keeping the gardens looking nice. The new one is alright, but he just doesn't have that special touch Guy did.
Celine.
Were you familiar with a servant named Celine?
Yes, I believe she was one of the maids. I didn't talk to her very much. Oh, she quit not so long ago. At least I assume she did. I haven't seen her in about 3 months.
Thanks for your time.
My pleasure.
So nobody knows where this gardener and the maid went, apparently. Alright, we still can't say anything to the bird. I wonder if the doc will talk to us.
Doctor, may I ask you a few questions?
Please be my guest.
Tell me what you know about Jean Dupre.
I'd rather not speak of him. Madame Dupre does not need to be agitated any further.
Oh, come on.
I take it you don't look very favorably upon him, then.
I'll just say this. If my wife had been attacked and left for dead, you can be sure I wouldn't leave her side.
What a gentleman. He doesn't even leave women who aren't his wife.
Right? I was
I see
just
what you
thinking
mean.
that.
Do you know where I might find him?
I only wish I did.
Those are all the questions I've got for now.
I hope I answered them adequately.
I am so confused all of a sudden.
With her vast sums of wealth, Madame Dupre...
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Alright, who can we ask about... Let's go see if Juliet knows anything about Jean.
Hello again, Miss Montgomery.
Hello, Mr.
Is there anything you can tell me about your stepfather, Jean?
He's a kind man. I don't really see him too often. He seemed rather upset at Mother's funeral, but I can't help but wonder if he feels the same way as I do about her death.
What do you mean?
Just that I get the distinct impression that he and Mother's marriage isn't as perfect as they'd like it to appear.
I'm starting to sense a trend here.
Your brother told me that Jean enjoys hunting. Do you know where his cabin is?
Yes, it's in Fenton Swamp. I went out there with him a few times, but I didn't really enjoy it. Frankly, the place is rather grotesque. All those stuffed trophies staring at you with their cold, dead eyes. Plants are much nicer to have around. Anyway, if you take the main road through the swamp about 1.5 miles, you'll come upon a small dirt path that goes northeast. Take that until you see a small cabin on the left. That's it.
Thank you for the information, Miss
Yeah,
Montgomery.
thank you. Very useful.
Do you know Guy Dumas?
Yes, he was one of our servants. He used to enjoy reading my books, as well as Andrew's.
When did you see him last?
Just last week, he came by to see me and asked to borrow some books.
Do you know where I might be able to find him?
Not really. I get the impression that he moves around frequently. But I can tell him you're looking for him next time I see him, if you like.
Please do. Although hopefully I'll be able to find him before then.
So at least we know he's alive. For now.
Were you friends with Celine, the maid?
Yes, I was quite fond of Celine. She was so sweet and interesting to talk to. One day, she just left the house with no explanation. Mother said it was because she had found work elsewhere. I was
Your mama's
terribly
lying.
saddened. I wish I'd had the chance to say goodbye to her, at least. What's your interest in her?
Oh, I was just curious, that's all. No more questions for now.
Then if you don't mind, I have work to do.
Okay, let's see if we can go... Man, we're gonna get in so much trouble for clocking that, cop, aren't we? Let's go to the hunting cabin. And talk to Mr. Jean Dupre.
Hello?
Ooh,
Is
look
anyone
at this
here?
crazy shit right here.
Strange of Dupre to leave the door unlocked. Maybe it means he'll be returning soon.
Can we poke around, though?
Let's see if Jean has anything interesting in here.
Not very much, except a letter.
Bill, you need to be quiet, man. Dear Jean, thank you so much for your help. To think that Mother would try and have me withdrawn from my studies is just unbelievable. Don't worry. I won't tell her you made the university change their minds. One attempt to ruin a life is quite enough. Juliet. Oh, interesting. So there's a gun missing.
One of the guns is missing. Jean must be out using it currently.
Hopefully we don't get shot. Oh, crap.
Who the hell are you? What are you doing in my
I
cabin?
knew it. I knew that was
Jean
going to
Dupre, I
happen.
presume?
Yes, that's right. Who are you?
Miles Fordham, private investigator. I'm looking into the attempted murder of your wife.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course.
Whew!
Forgive my rudeness, but you startled me.
Perfectly understandable, Mr. Dupre.
This is a man whose bark is most definitely worse than his bite.
Alright, let's talk to him. Even
Can
though
we
he
talk,
just tried
Mr.
to kill
Dupre?
us.
I suppose so. Yes.
What can you tell me about Madame
Should be
Dupre?
fun.
Oh, my dear wife. The past few days have been just awful for all of us.
Yes, I can imagine. How long have you been married?
For 7 wonderful years. Laura and I are just as much in love now as we were on the day we married.
I
Boy,
find
does he
that hard
actually
to
expect
believe.
anyone to believe that nonsense?
You'll pardon me for being so frank, Mr. Dupre, but why are you out hunting and not at your wife's side?
Excuse me? Who are you to lecture me on my
I
marriage?
love French
A
accents.
fellow married man, that's who. Your wife has just suffered a very traumatic ordeal. Shouldn't you be at home caring for her?
But with such a confusion at the house with the police investigating and her being attended to by her doctor, I just needed to get away for a bit. Surely you can understand, Mr. Fordham.
There's something off about this guy, Miles. He's definitely hiding something. And for once, I don't think it's from his wife.
What do I say? I don't want to mention the letter, but yet, at least, because he might kick us out for snooping through his stuff. So let's just keep
Do
going
you know
down.
anything about the circumstances surrounding Madame Dupre's death?
Horrible. Simply horrible.
Do you have any idea why Mr. Martin might have attempted to kill her?
Mr. Martin? You mean the boys they arrested? Andrew said it's because Martin and his mother are witches who prey on the well-to-do. You only need to take one look at him to see his trouble. It's a shame they put him away so quickly. I'd have liked to teach him a lesson or two, believe you me.
Oh, please.
Yeah, right. A lesson on how to cower in the corner, most likely.
Let's see.
I suppose it goes without saying that you enjoy hunting, Mr. Dupre?
Yes, I do. I consider myself something of an outdoorsman, you see. It's nice to be able to go out and get some fresh air after being sat at the bank all day.
What about your home life?
Truth be told, I'm not at home as often as I'd like to be. I've been trying to make more time, but something usually comes up. Business is business, after all.
Yeah, but what business are we talking about here exactly?
That's a good question.
What can you tell me about your stepchildren?
Andrew and Juliet? I see a bright future ahead for both of them.
What's your relationship with them like?
It's fine. Why do you
I see
ask?
an overdose in
I got the
Andrew's
distinct
future.
impression from both of them that they hardly ever see you.
Well, yes, I suppose that is true. We don't spend much time together. But they're both so busy with school, I don't want to get in their way. Not to mention my job keeps me away from home for considerable periods of time.
Excuses, excuses. I get the feeling Mr. Dupre avoids his family on purpose. But why?
Do you fear your wife, Mr. Dupre?
Do I... what?
The question's quite simple. Are you afraid of Madame Dupre?
Why in the ether would you think that?
Yeah, let's just say Amelie told us.
Your kitchen maid, Amelie, told me you were.
And you believed her?
Yes.
Really, Mr. Fordham, servants are good for one thing only, and that's their jobs. Providing information does not fall under that umbrella.
Well, fuck. Screwed that.
Mr. Dupre, be honest with me.
Screwing the
Are you
pooch.
afraid of your wife?
Here you go again with that ridiculous question. Why would you think I fear my wife?
You're clearly afraid of your own shadow.
Come on, Mr. Dupre, you're clearly afraid of your own shadow.
What?
Oh, shit.
Don't deny it, Sean. You're as yellow as a chum harlot's teeth.
Mr. Fordham, I agree to answer your
Oh, we're gonna
questions,
get kicked
not to be insulted. I think it's
Damn
best
it!
if you leave.
Well, so much for this line of inquiry.
Come on.
Some high society type in the middle of a hunt. I don't understand why anyone would get a thrill out of murdering innocent creatures. It seems Mr. Dupre is a Bollingworth man. Maybe he's not so bad after all. An absolute bore.
Har har har.
Satchels, boxes, and other assorted boring things for hunting.
Let's see. Is there anything weird around? Not really.
Mr. Dupre.
Out, Mr. Fordham.
Crap. We just screwed the pooch hard, I think. Oh, we can't even go back. Damn it. Let's go to the jail and see if we can say anything to Martin.
Nothing else?
No. Oh, crap. Alright, we did that. Maybe we can get Juliet to do something for us.
Hello again, Miss Montgomery.
Hello, Miss.
Did your mother try to get you withdrawn from the university?
As a matter of fact, she did. Just another one of the many ways she tried interfering with my life.
What happened, exactly?
Mother wrote the university requesting that I be withdrawn. I found out about it when the enrollment office contacted me. I couldn't believe it at first. I thought it was some sort of mistake. But then they showed me the letter.
I take it you were upset.
More than upset, Mr. Fordham. I was furious. I was trying to make a real life for myself. One that wasn't about dresses or debutante balls or fending off suitors. I'd been given the chance to make something of myself, and Mother was ready to bring it all crashing down, just because she didn't agree with it.
But in the end, you're still here.
Yes, Jean stepped in and fixed everything. He didn't have to do it, but it was very good of him. I'm afraid that was the beginning of the end of my relationship with Mother. We never really managed to fix things after that.
Well, that was a good chunk
more
of
questions for
information
now.
to find out.
Then if you don't mind, I have work to do.
Who else could we possibly talk to? I don't know. I don't know. Can't talk to anybody there. Let's try the Dupree Manor again.
It's as amusing as it is to chat with this.
Dang it. Amelie?
Stick around. I may have.
Don't worry.
Okay, let's see. Maybe we can go home. Talk to our woman. We don't need to go to the jail cell again. Let's go to the coffee house.
Can we talk?
Go on.
I don't think we can
That's
wrap
it,
up the case. Let's go. I don't want to do that just in case I risk screwing something up. Let me save it real quick. Let's see. Oh, she's not here. Dang it.
That's a fun little lap.
Watching it spin long enough puts me right to sleep.
I'd say that's really more the
What am I not doing? I guess we have no choice but to go to the coffee house and do the wrap up the case thing. Maybe. At least I saved it first.
Judging by the sooty apron, this man is either a metal worker, a chip.
Can we talk?
Go on.
Let's do that.
I think I'm ready to wrap this case up.
Okay, who's your prime suspect?
I'm not ready yet.
Actually, I'm not.
Okay,
That's it, I think.
then you'd better get back to it.
Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna leave this episode here for today. We got some stuff to think over in this episode. I'm not entirely sure where to go from here, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. But anyway, if you like this video, please hit the like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitch, PC Gamer Girl YT. We're having so much fun over there. It is great. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.